This is a message for all the Americans watching certain Canadians boo your national anthem. As a Canadian living in Texas, I would formally like to apologize for those guys. I'm going to try and explain things so it makes sense on their behalf, even though I don't think I should. But
You're going to drop the gloves right away. Yep. Sam Bennett, Brady Tkachuk. What a tilt. What a Miller. And Miller dropped the gloves and Parayko's going to answer. And Parayko the way speeds Eichel into the zone. Flipping it through. Scores! Game tied. As Team USA has answered. And away goes Larkin. It's a 2-on-1. Larkin scores! Dylan Larkin. And Team USA has the lead.
Yes, the growing tension between Canada and America. I don't know if you've seen this. Canada fans boo our national anthem at last night hockey game. Three fight broke out in the first few seconds. USA won the game 3-1. Canada got destroyed on their own ice while Justin Trudeau was in attendance. Incredible. I don't know if you've seen this. I have seen videos upon videos of Justin Trudeau and some Canadian politicians putting out against Trump. On this clip, we are going to take an exclusive look into what is going on.
America doesn't know. America doesn't know the same thing that Canada is hearing. I was just on a call with some very, very well-educated people. I mean, people who work in DC, lawyers, writers, like very well-educated people. And as of this morning, Saturday, February 8th, I was saying to them, yeah, Canada is preparing for war. And they were like, what are you talking about? They don't know. Like our prime minister yesterday, Justin Trudeau yesterday, said, was caught on a hot mic, but let's be honest, we all needed to know, and he caught saying it, that what I said earlier, like last week, what I said, that Trump is going to annex us, invade, he wants our critical minerals. It's a serious threat. It is not a joke. Jimmy Fallon is out there making jokes about, maybe 179 countries will watch the Super Bowl because we'll take over Canada by Sunday. Not funny, Jimmy. Not funny. And so I was on this call and I said, yeah, we're preparing for a war. And they were like, with who? With us, with the U.S. And I told them how serious it was, how Canadians everywhere have spent the last week boycotting the U.S. and looking up ways to make sure that they've sort of decentered the U.S. from their conversations and their lives. Like, this is a very serious, we're not going back. And Americans are not hearing it. They don't know. In British Columbia, which I'm sure most people don't know this, British Columbia is larger than every state except for Alaska, where I think we're almost twice the size of Texas. And our premier in BC has said that any government contracts going forward, if they have them with the US, they are going to, when the contracts come up, they're looking for other countries to do them with. So businesses that are out of the US at all are going to be cut off from the province of BC. And that's huge. And I know that other premiers are doing the same thing. So I don't get why they don't know that this is serious. How do they not know? I mean, I assume it's just that they're not taking it seriously or that they haven't heard about it. And I put out that video last week. And I think it's 80,000 views so far. I have not registered any comments from Americans, which is concerning because if it has that many views and I'm not seeing comments, I don't know if they're seeing it. How do they not know?
Yes, this is not the first time we are hearing this. I saw this video a few days ago And I didn't want to even focus on that. Now, I saw this issue of booing US national anthem extremely concerning. That is to tell you the growing tension between the two nations. When you take a look at this lady says Canada is preparing for war. Trudeau was caught on the hot mic the other day. He actually mentioned something about
Trump has it in mind that one of the easiest ways of doing that is absorbing our country. And it is a real thing.
This is a message for all the Americans watching certain Canadians boo your national anthem. As a Canadian living in Texas, I would formally like to apologize for those guys. I'm going to try and explain things so it makes sense on their behalf, even though I don't think I should, but I'm just trying to kind of get the knowledge out there. Most Canadians are absolutely broke, and we only have state-owned media, which is government-owned, government-paid by our tax money. So the media is pumping out that Canadians are well off, that they're so educated, that they're happy, and a lot of these NPC drones believe this. And so now, because of failures of Justin Trudeau and his Liberal Party, they're basically using Trump as a scapegoat as to why the failures have happened. And most of these NPC drones believe it. So there's an economist out of Calgary who basically did a comparison of certain provinces and certain US states. And Ontario, which is our business capital, only comes in fifth poorest US state. And Quebec would be the second. I'm from Alberta. We're only slightly behind Texas and Minnesota, and I'm going to show the numbers. And so you have to understand that most of these people are now just reacting, and you'll see them online saying things like, at least we have free health care. No, we don't. It's taxed. At least I don't have to take out a second mortgage to afford my health care. They can't even afford their first mortgage or even their rent. Most people are taking out loans just to get by with basic needs such as food and electricity. So you have very angry, demented people who have now lost absolute all reality.
We must respond with strength, and strength means leverage. America has leverage.
Yes, this Republican Senator Brian Donner posted this last night. Team Canada learned FAFO. They boo our national anthem. So we get into three fight in the first 9 seconds. We then had three unanswered goals. We blast free bird after each goal and we blow them out in their own stadium. America is back. Congratulations. Okay, on a huge win. When you take a look at the reactions on social media, it tells you a lot. Or Trump tweet about US beating Canada in hockey just to rub it. That is a question. The team USA heard those Canadian boy the stars and strip and decided they had had enough of their lonely nonsense and pierces them up or over the eyes. Okay, these are just people reacting to what is going on social media. You can clearly see the growing anger between these two people. It is crazy that in 2025 we are at this level. If someone told me that this would be happening, I would say it's a lie. I saw this the other day. I think this is not the first time I'm seeing this booing. It's the second time I'm seeing it. Why? We have seen what Trump did. He made sure that Trudeau should put up measures to protect the borders. That was a good thing Trump said before this issue of tariffs.
Oh, Mama, don't you cry! Oh, Mama, don't you cry! USA Hockey is do or die! USA Hockey is do or die! Put a hockey stick in my hand! Put a hockey stick in my hand! Send me off to a foreign land! Send me off to a foreign land! Carl said I'd be a star! Carl said I'd be a star! Then I'd go very far! Then I'd go very far! Pour Gatorade in my glass! Pour Gatorade in my glass! We just kicked your ass! We just kicked your
Justin Trudeau wants us to believe that he got caught in a hot mic situation. Okay, folks, a hot mic is typically when you're saying something in public and you don't realize you have a microphone on. This was not a hot mic situation. Justin Trudeau was on stage at an economic summit. He asked the media to leave the room, and then he said something, and he knew that what he said was going to be recorded and going to be covered, and it was. So what did he say? He said that Trump is serious about annexing Canada and that Trump will annex Canada over our resources. And the media fell into it, and now all we're talking about is whether or not Trump is serious and whether he's going to annex Canada. This is all playing into the Liberals' hand. The Liberals want this, and the media want this.
It's not really about saving money.
If you see clips after this is just for the algorithm. It helps the channel in a way I can't explain here.
A bully and a thug who's the president of the United States, U.S., it's everywhere.
There is a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse within a system.
Audits. A chance to see what happens when you take a business approach to the government in the White House. We're seeing right now with this whole U.S. aid thing, where they're uncovering massive amounts of corruption.
And also, I got to say, don't you agree? I totally agree.
Essential.
Early on, immediately.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
To her.
The EU does not treat the U.S. fairly on trade and that he has some big complaints. Is that true?
Right? And it doesn't mean that we should sit and pretend that it's suddenly okay, that this new presidency is just going to keep on keeping on. That is not the case. And
awful things have happened. And sparks move things. And it doesn't matter how much water you have.
Future president and his gag
are somebody in policy.
The city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, I flew here last night. I was on a plane.
You getting water to areas that need...
He's been trained his whole life to do. What do we do?
Right now, you're looking...
History, remember it.
As a country about James.
Yeah, and then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know.
Jim Jordan.
Josh Green, the governor.
Watch the news or talk.
Now, look, I have a lot of...
The Democratic Party has about everything.
The next department that appears to be on the chopping block is the Department of Education. Just earlier today...
Literally right next to us was Taylor Swift. And then to the left was Donald Trump. Those are boos.
The Chiefs was Taylor Swift. She got booed out of the stadium.